Ceremony is about to begin. Please silence your cell phones and take your seats. Post the colors. Good morning. The official party today consists of the Adjutant General, Major General Keefe, and Lieutenant Colonel Promotable Jeffrey Winn. Major General Keefe, Colonel Kalin, Command Sergeant Major Retired Kittredge, family members, friends, soldiers, and airmen, thank you for attending today's ceremony. This ceremony will be brief and will not reflect many of the usual trappings of a promotion ceremony due to COVID restrictions. Please maintain your PPE and social distancing at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Keefe, the Adjutant General.
Thanks, Sully.
So now relax, Jeff.
Yes, sir. Hey, morning, everyone. Hey, first, I just wanted to thank everyone for coming out and actually giving us probably what will be the last chance for a lot of us to be in this armory as it kind of begins to phase out. I'm real happy to be here today. Kind of getting to promote a fellow Western Mass officer and a great leader. When Jeff said he was doing it and wanted to do it at home in Greenfield, it was great for me and guys like Mark Kalin who live in Northampton and East Hampton, because as I said, it was a short commute and we get to stop at Tom's Hot Dogs on the way home. So that's always a plus. I did ask Jeff, I go, are you taking the family out for dinner or anything? And he quickly said no. But I know Bob Barkham came up from Southampton, his cousin Bob, and we were talking. It's like, where do you go now in Greenfield? When I was a kid, it was like, was it Brickers used to be open? And then Bill's, famous Bill's restaurant is gone. So you got the Applebee's. So, you know. Yeah. Hey, like I said, I'm going to be relatively brief because, like I said, Jeff is a guy who is very precise and wants to get things done. That's what I like most about him. Great career, 1988, I think you said. You like a lot of young men and women grew up in a town where an armory like this had soldiers in it. Came here in 1988, worked his way through the ranks, different areas, different commands, leader of the CST. I used to really enjoy watching him work with the CST. His brother's a first responder, but the relationship that Jeff developed as the CST commander with the first responders quite frankly, has been unmatched. He's just a great team builder. When it came time to move to replace our outgoing G1, which is the head of personnel and manpower, and Jeff's name came to the top, he quickly proved himself. He is a process-orientated guy. He's a checklist guy, and he's immediately made a huge impact on a lot of the processes we have. I think everybody that wears the uniform would agree the most important part is personnel. I always say all roads lead to personnel. You want to kill the morale of an individual and organization, you screw up their pay, you screw up their insurance, you screw up their promotion, and they're gone. So in a short time, Jeff has made a huge impact down there. We did have some issues that need to be corrected, and Jeff has done that for us. So Jeff, thanks for doing that. And as I said, the thing I like about Jeff, I will sit down with the chief of staff, we'll identify a problem. Jeff will come up and he immediately jumps in and it's fixed. Significant impact. So I was real happy to hear that Jeff was the next guy that we were looking to promote to full colonel in 06. So Jeff, thanks for everything you and the entire Winn family have done supporting you in your career. Where's the chief? The chief coming, I mean, you know, that's brotherly love when the chief drives all the way up from Cape Cod. As the Winn family continues to leave Greenfield and spread throughout and take over the Commonwealth. So, Chief, thanks for coming up, and thanks for everything you're doing, working with us down on Joint Base Cape Cod and the Cape Cod area. So, Jeff, congratulations to you and the family, and like I said, we know we're going to continue to get great stuff from you. So, thanks for letting me be part of this today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Major General Keefe.
You can have your post the order, General.
Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Winn, post. Lieutenant Colonel Winn is joined today by his life partner Robin, his daughter Alex, his mother Paula, and father Jim. All four will pin him today. Colin is away at school and cannot join us at this time. Attention orders. Special order number 344, dated 16 November 2020. The Secretary of the Army has reposed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities of Jeffrey Paul Winn of the Headquarters and Headquarters Detachment, Joint Force Headquarters, Massachusetts. In view of these qualities and your demonstrated potential for increased responsibility, you are therefore promoted to the rank of Colonel, effective the first day of September 2020. By order of the Secretaries of the Army and Air Force, signed Daniel R. Hokanson, General, Chief, National Guard Bureau.
Hey, you can come up and take closer photos if you want. Don't be shy.
I should probably get out.
Photo bomb. What's that? Actually, hey, hang on. Hold on a second.
The Adjutant General will now administer the oath of office. No. Do you want it out? I'll take it.
I tried doing this by memory once.
Oh. There you go.
Check.
Ready, Jeff? Sir. I state your full name.
I, Jeffrey Paul Winn,
Having been appointed
having been appointed
an officer in the Army
an officer in the Army
in the United States
in the United States
in the grade of Colonel,
in the grade of Colonel,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly
that
swear
I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully
discharge the duties
of the office upon which I am about to enter.
which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Talk now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Winn.
Thank you. Thank you, Major Sullivan. Ladies and gentlemen, so I'm honored. I appreciate it. I have a few words, about 37 or so pages to go through, so I'll be quick. We had originally planned to be on the steps outside in front of the Armory today, but this is significantly better. The only challenge is our sound system. Our public affairs rep was recording this, so we don't have a projection system. So if you can't hear me, then, oh well, sorry. So, sir, Colonel Gramstor couldn't join us today. Colonel Kalin, thank you. Command Sergeant Major Retired Kittredge, way in the back, thank you for being here today. Ladies and gentlemen, fortitude et courage. Welcome and thanks for being here on a cold day. As we said earlier, we're foregoing a lot of our normal pomp and circumstances to try and mitigate down some of the COVID risk. We're under 50 in an inside building, everybody's distancing, everybody's wearing masks, it's all good. I wish I could have invited everybody and everyone in the system. We'll make it up to you in the spring with a nice wet down of some sort. There's a bunch of promotions coming up, sir. So, as Major Sullivan stated earlier, please maintain your distance and your PPE as we go about this. I'll be brief. I made my joke already about my 37 pages, but I really did want to start at my first drill sergeant in basic training and thank everybody between him and my last instructor at the War College over a span of 32 years. So I'm glad you got some seats. We'll just walk through it all. Uh-oh, it's time to go. Greenfield Fire, thanks for being here. So I should be able to get through this pretty fast. I got just a couple notes I want to get to. As long as I don't pull a George Horsley, I'll be good. First off, sir, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. I really know how crazy busy your schedule is. I've seen you up in the office. I appreciate you being here and taking the drive. I think it has nothing to do with Hanscom being 2 hours away and that your home record is 20 minutes down the road. But no, I do appreciate it. And I appreciate your kind words and your trust and confidence that you put in me, and I won't let you down. Before I get too much further, the Honor Guard, they ducked out, but I'd really like to thank them for volunteering. They volunteered to be here. They all put their hand up. And one of the gentlemen came from Bourne to be up here. Should have carpooled with you, Chief, on the way up. But thank you, gentlemen out there. I appreciate your professionalism. I also want to thank the state quartermaster team. Like I said, we were originally going to do this out on the steps, but this gentleman over in the corner has done a profound job in getting this place set up and warmed up and cleaned up. So thank you very, very much. I really didn't expect this, so thank you. Sergeant Wilkinson, Mr. Wilkinson from the PAO office, the Public Affairs office, thank you for being here. Thank you for putting this together, and thank you for making Colonel Biederman's a rehearsal for me, because it's more about me than Biederman, right? I'm just kidding. So I'm humbled and honored to all that are watching. We are live streaming this hopefully on YouTube. Alex, this is my debut on YouTube. I'm ready. I think this is going to go viral. We're going to make a lot of money being a YouTuber, right? I stole Biederman's joke, but I know I'm going to get more thumbs ups or likes or whatever, and then he does. But we do have a friendly wager on it, so anybody out there that's watching, please hit that like button and share. Is that what we're supposed to say? Subscribe to our page. So I beat out the Biederman on this. Seriously, I got a lot of folks to thank. I couldn't think of a more fitting place than the Armory I enlisted in back in 1988. First Sergeant DeMars is in the background, retired, and I was telling trading war stories about our recruiter that I think recruited us both, perhaps. He was a good salesperson, that gentleman. I won't tell you this story. I'll tell you afterwards, so it's not recorded on TV. So, I started here in 1988, and in probably October, November was my first drill weekend here. As a young punk, 17-year-old, long hair, no uniform. I arrived. They welcomed me into the sponsor program and immediately sent me to KP in the kitchen. It was awesome. And then I shipped off to basic training that spring in 1989. There's a lot of folks that I owe a debt of gratitude, starting with this Armory way back when. There's mentors, bosses, peers, teammates, colleagues, friends, and of course my family here that came up from the Cape or the local area that joined us. If I miss you all, I apologize. Anybody in the crowd, but I do plan a massive letdown, as I said earlier, in the spring once the COVID is lifted, so you're all welcome to attend that, and there we'll have adult beverages if you choose to imbibe, and of course lots of stuff to eat, perhaps even a taco bar. Couple notable mentions I just want to put out here, please, that those are watching. General Couples at home, General Driscoll on the TV, Colonel Lane, our Chief of Staff, thank you for your trust and faith in me. I appreciate it. For those in the crowd, Colonel Gramstor can't join us today. He just texted me a little while ago. Colonel Kalin, thank you for being here. Colonel Childress, thank you. Major Promotable Walker, thank you for joining us. Majors Patterson and Wilson, my former teammates, thank you, gentlemen, for being here. I know you have a lot on your schedules today. My former First Sergeant, now Command Sergeant Major retired, Pat Kittredge in the way back, thank you very, very much for being here. As any good NCO knows, that a rehearsal is important for the actual execution, so your rehearsal yesterday was on par, right? Thank you, inside joke. For Larry Weir, Bob Ferris out there, Ed, all the folks that joined us, I'm sorry if I forgot your name. I appreciate everyone being here. For the folks in TV land, first off, my son Colin, who is at school in Rochester, New York. I hope he's watching or will be able to watch it later on today. My friends Flurry, Huff, Blair, Sergeant Major Marsh, my original readiness NCO in this Armory, Brent and Kathleen, my War College classmates in the Dirty Dozen, all my teammates in the G1 and those watching the G1 huddle. I owe all of you, and you all taught me or gave me something along the way, and I appreciate everything that you've done. General, you said earlier, I'm going off script, that I've been successful in the G1, but it's truly only because I'm surrounded by a bunch of great people that know what they're doing and that make me smart and take care of me day in and day out. And especially thanks to my family who braved long distance or cold weather to be here. My brother Mike, Calm Fire Chief, looking sharp in your dress A's, thank you. With Melissa and Izzy, hi Izzy. Henry, my nephew Henry from the Cape, thanks for being here. Mike, thanks for being a sounding board and providing some sage advice as we came up through the ranks of our respective organizations. I truly appreciate that and won't forget. My brother Tom, Morgan, Ryder, and Reagan, where are y'all? Hi, Ryder. You can probably tell that Tom's a retired 63 Bravo with the engineers in Florence. Kind of looks like a maintenance guy, right? Thank you. I know your family's been through a real lot in the last couple of weeks, and I appreciate you taking some time out to be here, Tom, so thank you. Especially my parents, who we saw a minute ago. They put me on this path 32 years ago when I first went to the MEPS in Springfield. The values and principles that they taught us is very evident today. How my mom managed 3 boys growing up is beyond me. Well, actually, I kind of know. There's probably a statute of limitations on the wooden spoon rule, right? So we won't talk about that here. But really, they installed values like hard work, honesty, commitment, to do the right thing, to treat others the way you want to be treated, and integrity. Concepts that are quite frankly ingrained in the very fabric of Army values. For that, I thank you for setting me up for success. So Mom and Dad, thank you. Thank you for being here. Sorry there's no band, Mom, but we did have a color guard. That was awesome. I did tell you last summer that my War College graduation would be my last. I think I lied. This is my last Army ceremony. I'm fairly certain, sir. But if we do have another one down the road, I promise you we'll find somewhere nice and warm. So, Mom, I got a little something for you, if you don't mind. Yep. I can do all that. To my daughter Alex and my son Colin, I could not be more proud of the young adults you have become. Alex is a freshman at UMaine, studying marine biology up in Bangor, Maine. She drove down last night to be here, and I love the outfit. Sorry you didn't get a chance to wear your trench coat. My son Colin is a high school junior and a nationally ranked hockey goalie attending a school in Rochester, New York. He plays for the Bishop Kearney Selects, and they are ranked 5th in the country right now for their age bracket. They got a huge weekend this weekend coming up in Ohio, and I can't wait to watch you on Live Barn this weekend, Colin. I love you both. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Don't want to George Horsley this. So, and finally to Robin, my best friend, my partner, my confidant, the love of my life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for wearing a dress. For your support, your friendship, your commitment, and your love. I could not have done any of this over the years without you being there. Thank you, and I love you for it. I got some gifts for you. Oh, Alex, I forgot to give you your gift. I'm sorry. You got a gift too. So, Robin, you get 2 gifts. You get one for being a sort of spouse, Army person, and then that's what that's. So thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm on the last page, I promise. There's many others. And if I didn't mention you, it's not personal. I just forgot. And wise guy. Wise guy's in the crowd. Thank you for being here, Bob. Anyway, sorry, I'm off script again. I'll make it all up to you at the wet down, I promise. To wrap it up, again, General Keefe, thank you for being here today. Again, thanks to the Honor Guard out there. It's almost over. Thank you very much for all your help with the Army. I really, really appreciate it. The Army looks fantastic. And a very special thanks goes to our MC, Mistress of Ceremonies, Master of Ceremonies, Major Danielle Sullivan. Great job. Thank you for doing this. She told me yesterday she absolutely loves the cold and loves dressing up in fancy Army clothes, so there's no other place she'd rather be. So thank you. Thank you. So again, folks, this about wraps up our ceremony. thank you for being here or dialing in. If you're listening in on YouTube, I hope I'm not bellowing too loud. I'm trying to project my voice to the crowd. I'd like to invite you all out to a luncheon, dinner, or something afterwards, but we simply can't due to the current world situation, but we will make it up to you. So this concludes the ceremony. Thank you for your time. Fortitet et courage. Please recover the colors.